Alright, let's dive into something that's been buzzing in the background of Canada's education scene, and trust me, it's way more fascinating than it sounds. Here's the deal, Canada's AI strategy is making waves, but the real test? It's happening right now in university classrooms. And honestly, it's a bit of a wild west out there. Let me explain. First off, what makes this really interesting is the timing. As students head back to school, there's this growing uncertainty about how AI fits into the learning process. It's not just about ChatGPT or fancy tools, it's about trust, assessment, and the very nature of teaching. Personally, I think this is where the rubber meets the road for Canada's AI strategy. It's one thing to talk about broader AI literacy and responsible adoption, but it's another to see how it plays out in real classrooms. Here's the thing, universities are all over the map with their AI policies. Some are restrictive, others are experimental, and most are just unclear. One thing that immediately stands out is how faculty are left to figure this out on their own. They're not just teaching, they're detective trying to suss out whether a student's work is AI-assisted. As one professor put it, I feel like a detective, not a teacher. That's a problem, right? Because teaching is about relationships, not suspicion. What many people don't realize is that this isn't just a university issue, it's a pipeline problem. Teacher education programs are where future K-12 educators are trained. If they're not equipped to handle AI, how will they teach the next generation? This raises a deeper question. Are we preparing teachers to be gatekeepers of AI, or are we empowering them to use it as a tool for learning? In my opinion, the latter is where we should be heading, but we're not there yet. Now, let's talk about the CARE framework: critical AI literacy, accountable governance, relational effective pedagogy, and ethical orientation. This isn't just another acronym, it's a roadmap for how AI can actually enhance education. What this really suggests is that AI policy needs to be about people, not just technology. It's about recognizing the emotional labor of faculty, the trust between students and teachers, and the ethical implications of every decision. A detail I find fascinating is the emphasis on equity. Canada's AI strategy can't just be about innovation, it has to address inequities in teaching conditions and responsibilities to Indigenous communities. If you take a step back and think about it, AI could either widen these gaps or help close them. It all depends on how we implement it. So, where do we go from here? Personally, I think universities need to take 3 key steps. First, recognize the extra workload AI is creating for faculty and provide support. Second, build trust through shared agreements between students and teachers about AI use. And third, invest in structured professional learning so educators can make informed decisions. Here's the bottom line: Canada's AI strategy won't succeed if it's just a top-down policy. It needs to be grounded in the realities of classrooms, the relationships between teachers and students, and the ethical questions we're all grappling with. As we watch this unfold, I'm left wondering, will we choose surveillance and control, or evidence, trust, and shared responsibility? That's the real test, and I, for one, am here for the debate.